Hello everybody, welcome to Cisco Talks. My name's Hazel Burton. I am the cybersecurity storyteller for Cisco UK and Ireland. I am delighted to be joined today by Mark Weir, who is our cybersecurity director for UK and Ireland. And we're going to be talking about the challenges in the security landscape and what our customers are going through. So first of all, Mark, you talk to customers on a daily basis. What are they telling you is their biggest security challenge currently?
Oh, well, thank you for having me, Hazel. They've got lots of challenges. I think that first and foremost, whether it is skills and access to skills, whether it is visibility of threats on the network from both nation state and criminal activities, but also really trying to join together multi-parts of their organisation and infrastructure and line of business and applications to have a more secure and to have a stance that has more efficacy.
Yeah, and it is the trend now. We do a survey every year, our CISO benchmark study, and we ask them the same question every year: are they moving towards a more integrated architectural approach versus individual point product? And the trend is very much rising in an architectural approach.
Yeah, we're certainly seeing that in reality in terms of market share shifts, but also in activities from customers really looking not just single vendors, but vendors that will work in cooperation and as part of an ongoing community to make sure that their appliances and applications join together so the customer can remediate the threat quicker. That's the goal, really.
Yeah. So you're saying that vendors, education, government should work together for the benefit of the customer?
Certainly, I think we all have to work together in community. Let's face it, the bad guys work really well cooperatively. We've seen things in the press recently where people have been using ransomware that they bought off the internet and had good support from criminal gangs, but yet in the private sector we're still not really there yet in terms of working in cooperation. And we need to do that at Cisco, and we are working with partners like Radware and IBM to actually make the country more safe. But also we're working with UK government in cooperation to tackle things like cyber skills.
Yeah, you mentioned it's relatively easy for cyber criminals to purchase the tools they need online, and Cisco Talos recently uncovered Facebook being used as a selling tool. There was lots of Facebook groups that were selling all sorts of malicious tools for cyber criminals to execute their campaigns. So it's really kind of stepping up this level of activity at the moment.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we've seen obviously criminal malicious activity like that using Facebook and a variety of engines, whatever engine they can use, whether it's WhatsApp, etc. But also we're seeing a growing trend of intellectual property theft. That tends not to get the news as much, but certainly that's a growing trend where intellectual property is stolen and either sold or reused to get a competitive advantage.
So if you're in charge of your security at your organisation, probably more than any other role, you've got a lot of things to manage. How do you prioritise where you spend your budget?
It's really hard because in today's world, there's a growing pressure for the organisation they work in to move quicker and to be more open and work in a more collaborative way. Yet the threats we face are the worst that we've seen in history. So I think you've got to start with doing the simple things first. Make sure you get your patching routines up and running, but also try and make sure that your long-term strategy is towards that connected security strategy, that architectural strategy. You might not be able to get there today, but every purchase or every company you work with should be towards that area.
Yeah, I think a lot of people make the mistake of thinking they have to have everything perfect from the get-go, but incremental improvements is better than anything.
Very rare do you get a greenfield site. What we do is work with customers. Customers want from Cisco as much our advice and guidance as they do our technology, and quite often I'm sitting with customers and saying, let's write the strategy 3-4 years out. You're in a bit of a mess here. Let's work our way and design our way towards the future. And then that means even basic tactical purchases or decisions can be towards a greater strategy.
Cool. Last question. How is Cisco positioned to help our customers address those challenges?
In lots of ways, we have to help them. It's not just about selling customers' technology. We've got to make that come to life. We've got to make sure we give them commercial vehicles to make it easy to purchase. We've also got to make sure that we leave our egos at the door and work with people we may even deem as competitors in the industry, Hazel, that we, to serve our customer, we actually work together to try and combat the bad guys. And certainly one of the ones that is, I think, quite personal to me and to Cisco is tackling the cyber skills issue. Everyone's looking at it from an early in career, but also we're currently working on looking at people mid-career that can transition into cyber, maybe in a career that they want to move from. So I think we've got to do all of those things together. But the one thing I do believe is that we can win. We can beat the bad guys.
Yep. That's a great note to end on. And if you do want to enter into a career in cybersecurity, I can guarantee you'll never have more fun. It's an industry to be incredibly passionate about, and it's a very it feels good to work in cybersecurity, I think.
Certainly does.
It does. Some great advice there. Thank you very much, Mark, about working towards an architectural approach, keeping things simple, and working together crucially. For more advice, head on to our website, cisco.co.uk/security. But otherwise, check out more of our videos, and we'll see you soon.